Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Experience, Target Individual Program. The past few days, there's been a lot of heavy targeting, civilian perps as well as law enforcement. And, instead of doing a bunch of videos, I decided that I'm just going to compile the past few days of video that I made into one video to try to shorten it. Don't want it to be too long because I don't want you, when you're looking at this video or these videos, that you lose attention and turn away from it, because I want you to see what I believe is being done to me. Okay, so this is Thursday, which was last Thursday. Can't even remember what date. Let's see here. Go to my calendar. Okay, I should have had this up, but okay. Let's see what happened here. What I did here. Okay, let's go calendar. Okay, I'm just bringing up the calendar here. So, last Thursday, which was January 25th. I'm sorry, not January 25th. February 1st. Right, last Thursday, February 1st. So this video that I'm going to start off with, Thursday morning, I had took my son to his school, and I just dropped my daughter off, went into the parking lot, got back in the car, and I'm heading to go pick up the kid's mother. She's going to walk to Flatbush Avenue, where I normally meet her at, and we'll just take it from there. I'm going to shut the volume off of the video because for copyright reason, I don't want my video to get flagged and deleted, okay, or blocked. So I am heading to pick the kid's mother up, and let me just skip some of these parts. Okay, so as you see, this is her block, and I'm gonna pull up right here, and what do you see here? So here's a police vehicle. Now there is a 7-Eleven there, so police, they park up there a lot of times, but never in the morning that I pick her up on this street right here. Okay, now people are gonna say, you know what, it's the police, they can park at everyone, but I guarantee you, every morning I take her to work, or almost every morning I take her to work, and I pick up from right here, and there's never a police vehicle park up there. Never. Okay? So all of a sudden, not one, but two police vehicles. park up there. Okay, which, you know, alright, whatever. Let's roll the video. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. Let's get to the next video. You're gonna have to excuse me. I'm trying to bring this stuff up. Okay. So, next video. You see this dude right here? He comes out when the police comes out. There he goes. Alright? Again, he's going to draw my attention as they go. So, comes up, he'll stand here. He'll look at the police vehicle. They'll make a U-turn. They turn on their lights. Now, granted, there was no car coming. I mean, they could have made it without turning the lights, but they did. Anyway, so he goes walk towards me. Okay. Looking at me, and then he's looking at the window of the store. Now, I want to give you guys a lesson in silent subliminal, okay, and neurolinguistic programming. Okay, so remember, I talk about triggers and anchors. Silent subliminal is sending someone a message without being verbal. Okay, so for example, if a person walks towards you and do this, they put their fingers like a gun and go without saying anything, that is considered a threat. And somebody cover their mouth as they walk in towards you. They're telling you to be quiet. A person do this as they walk in towards you. They're telling you to be quiet. If they do this, that means be quiet. So you get an idea of what silent subliminal is, you know? So let's take it again. It's all coordinated. When I say the police are the ones who are giving information, who are controlling the civilian perps, this is what I mean. Everything is pre-planned. Nothing is coincidental if you're a TI. Everything is pre-planned. Nothing is coincidental. Okay, so when you bump into people from your past, repeat it over and over, that's not coincidental if you're a TI. Okay, so again, the two cops come out of the Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sorry, not Dunkin' Donuts, the 7-Eleven. At the same time, this guy's walking, okay, towards our direction. He walks. Two cops get in their car. He comes, walk behind the police car. He's going to turn around, look at the police car. They're going to turn, make a U-turn. They're going to start flashing their lights. Okay? Now he's going to walk towards me as they drive by slowly. He's going to walk towards me. At the same time, this woman is wearing a red jacket, right? Color theme. He walked towards me. He looks at the window, and he looks towards me. He looks at me, walks off, and he has the blue hard hat. Okay, subliminal message. Okay, so what are they trying to say? So the police, because I am recording, right, and they don't want to be caught, threatening me in a covert psychological manner, they will use a third party, but they will be around because they have to be there. You see, because that's where the connection comes in. So to draw my attention, this particular guy is walking. Like I said, you see it. He walks behind the police car, looks back at the police vehicle, right? Then, as they drove off, they turn on their lights. No sirens, just the lights. He starts walking in my direction. Okay? And as he got closer, the woman wearing a red jacket, she starts walking by. As he gets close to me, he looks at the store window, right? Looks back at me, and he kept walking while the police vehicle that made the U-turn began to drive slowly in the opposite direction. Okay? Alright, so this is Thursday. And this is when usually my targeting starts, when it's at its heaviest. Thursday and Friday. Okay? So the other two police got into their vehicle. Okay, they're gonna drive off. So let's skip some of these parts. So I'm on my way to drop her to work. All right, let's get to now. Okay, so if you watch my video, you know that they use the number 32 or assign me the number 32 in my targeting, right? It's a number that I've been conditioned to using NLP, dark NLP. That number is a trigger. Okay, it's a trigger to something that they have embedded in my subconscious, so that when I see that number, I will think of that thing. It could be a person, place, or thing. For me, the number 32 represents when my targeting went live. But it could mean something else. Excuse me. I just, something was just in my eye. So I don't want TIs watching this video to think I'm targeting them. I'm not. It's just that something just, I felt something in my eye, so I'm trying to get rid of it. Okay, so I apologize if you think that I'm targeting you while doing this, but I do have something in my eye, so I apologize again. So back to what I was saying. So they have implanted something in my subconscious to where that number acts as a trigger, right? Excuse me. And so I want you to watch this vehicle right here. This vehicle is in the left lane. Okay? He's going to go out of his way to cut in front of me. Okay? So this Honda Pilot is in front of me. He's going to cut. He's going to go out of his way to cut me off and come in front of me. Yeah, watch this. me see if I can. That's too much. Just want to, as soon as the light turn. Okay, so watch it. Now there's no car in the left lane, so he's coming out of his way to get in front of me. And what number is in the license plate? The number 32. Let me see if we. Let me go back so you can get a better view. Okay. All right, let me pause it. And right there, see that number 32? There you go. There again, the lady with the red jacket. See, I missed that one. See, because everything is done, is coordinated. So, again, just like the woman was walking in the red jacket as the police did the U-turn, the guy came in front of the car. As soon as this car comes, she comes up with the red jacket. Now, the way she's facing towards me, right? So, now, so I made this turn. Now watch the license plate number of the vehicle that I pulled up behind when I made that turn, which is this vehicle in front here. Okay, so we're going to get to the stoplight. You hear that horn? The car honk? There you go. 4, 3, 2, 2. Right? Like I said, they try to mask the number in between numbers, but it's there. You see it, you recognize it. Especially when you've been brainwashed, manipulated, conditioned into recognizing the trigger or triggers. Okay, let me skip this part. Let me do this. Let's go. Skip that. Okay. Now let's get to the other video. So, Thursday night. Now, another thing that they love to do when they're targeting you heavily is that they'll have vehicle parked outside your apartment building. I'm on the phone, baby. Not on the phone. I'm sorry. I'm doing a video. Okay? Wait till I'm done. All right? Okay. You want to what? Okay, but just be quiet. All right? Go over that side and play. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, one of the things that they love to do, especially when they're heavily targeting you, is that they'll have a vehicle or vehicles playing music loud. Okay, and usually the music that's being played there's a theme to it, and it has to do what you're targeting, right? So let's say, for example, you're TI, you have an argument with your significant other. They will play music that will have a theme of. Okay, you gotta go in the kitchen, please, because you're making too much noise. Thank you. So they will have a theme that's related to the fact that you and your significant other just had an argument, right? So they will do stuff like that. So Thursday night, this is what they did.
So one of the things that they like to do when they're targeting you is park outside your house or your apartment building, playing loud music. And they haven't done this for a few months now, but they're back at it again. You know, this is all part of the targeting. You know, the type of music that they play with certain particular messages in the music geared towards the TI. Just, you know, want to give an example of that, because
and no one in that vehicle, because I could see inside of it, and you know, they were expecting me to look out the window to see that, because the minute I look out the window, the person in the vehicle took out their phone, and you could see the lights on from the when the phone is on. You could see it light up, and you know, so they know, you know, they do this because they know that it's going to get your attention, and I could ignore it. But you know what? They've been out there playing that music loud for like 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, this is definitely targeting, because on this block, the Kids Mom block, you know, they really don't play music that loud at that time of night. Okay, so, and the occupant of this vehicle did not even leave the vehicle, and eventually they just drove off.
Again, this is all part of the
Listen, come on. I'm telling you guys, listen, you guys are ruining my video. Go in the kitchen, please. Thank you. This is, again, it's not the kids' fault, but they're being microwaved to cause interference. That's why they're out here. You know, my daughter, she's making a lot of noise, even though she's 4 years old. Normally, you know, you see I do my videos. You know, my kids are not in the videos, but now they're. You hear the horn? You know, that's what they do, right? Monitor you in real time, and you know, they will interact in ways like that. You know, being that because they basically microwaving my children to come back in the living room where I'm doing the video to cause interference. You know. But again, I take that as, because the video that I do, you know, it's important for people to see, and they don't want that to happen. So please excuse me. It's not the kids' fault. They are being microwaved. We all are being microwaved. We know as TIs, they have the technology to manipulate, influence anyone through microwave technology, directed energy technology. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. So this was Thursday night. Okay, let's move on. This is again Thursday night, because I left and went to my house. As I turned onto Linden Boulevard, police vehicle, you know, lights flashing. This particular night, you'll see Now you see, because they know where I'm going, because they monitor me. And I'm going home that night, and he waits until I got close where, because the light turned red, and it's all orchestrated. The light turning red at that particular time, knowing that I would be behind this vehicle directly behind him, so he comes out. I'm going to skip all that because I want you guys to see this part here. Shoot. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. I gotta do this at the right moment. So, as I am driving by him, he has his right arm inside the car window, right? Now, as I drive by, you will see it's very quick, but he will take his left hand and he will face his palm towards me while resting it on the car window. Okay? So the palm of his hand, and you can see, okay? It's going to be very brief. Let me try to move it as slowly as possible. Okay? You see, all right, see that right there? See that right there? There we go. Let's go back. Let's go back. Now there you go. There you go. That arm resting against the window. Okay. So the palm of his hand is resting against the window, and I talk about how people target me. When they walk in front of me, they'll take their hand, place it behind their back with their palm of their hand facing towards me. Okay. Also, the kid's mother, when we're being microwaved in the house, she will walk back and forth, come into the living room from sitting in the living room, and she will do the same thing. Okay. And when I start to call her out on it, then she stopped putting her hands behind her back, and putting her palm facing towards me, to having her hand down to her side, to where as she walked by, she will turn her hand so that I can see the palm of her hand. Her hand would be open, okay? And so, that's just again, it's a subliminal message. Don't really know what it means, but because of the repetition and the conditioning, I recognize it. Okay. Normally, I'll put my own spin on it, what I think it is, but in this case, I have no idea. But they do that a lot. They do it a lot, and that's how I recognize it. So again, like I said, everything is planned if you're a TI. This is a 24/7, 365 days a year harassment, non-consensual human experimentation program, psychological warfare, psyops, that's being done to us as TIs. Okay, I'm going to skip some of these parts until I come to something that is relevant.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, let me mute that video. Okay, next video. Okay, I'm just going through this video because I looked at them, but I don't want to miss anything. That's why I am going through the video. I'm trying to go through them as carefully as I can because I really do want to explain exactly what's being done. Okay. All right. So Friday morning, I'm heading back to the kids' mother house after spending the night at my house. Let's see anything here. Okay, there we go. So, I remember this part now. So, also one of the ways they target me is that they use people with dogs. Okay? They use a lot of people with dogs. Sometimes when I'm picking up my kids from school, I'm walking on the way back, they will have people with dogs at the corner of the block, just waiting, and then as soon as I cross the street, then they will walk off with their dog. And so here I was, I got a parking space, but I have to wait because it wasn't 10 o'clock, and if I leave, I'll get a ticket. And within minutes of parking there, this woman comes with her dog. Now, normally, okay, they would have their dogs on the sidewalk, but this time she's going to walk her dog on the street, and I was looking at the side mirror, so I saw her. She didn't cross the street; she literally walked up on the street, you know, where I was parked at. Okay, she didn't cross the street with her dog. She literally walked up because she wanted me to see from my side mirror that she was approaching. She's about to approach right now. And she's going to stop right there. Our dog is going to stop. Now she's giving her dog a treat. Okay, let me just tell you what happened there. So, as a human being, okay, when you're put into this type of psychological program, this coercive persuasion program, is basically they're trying to condition you using all these psychological methods, okay? These are coercive persuasion program, and they will make it seem that, you know, hey, you know, we're training you just like we train dogs, okay? And you know, when you're good, we'll give you a treat, right? And that treat could be anything. It could be sex, you know, definitely not money. You don't want you to get money. Or, you know, if you're a TI, a male TI, female TI, you know, they may send the person of the opposite sex towards you. Or if you're a gay TI, they might send another gay man or woman, you know, so you can talk to and stuff like that. You know, they basically try to use sex as a reward, right? So, her standing there you know, and then giving the dog a treat. And it's not the first time they've done this. Okay, they've done it to me plenty times. If when I'm driving by, sometimes, you know, they'll stop and, you know, I'll look at them. And as soon as I look at them, they'll bend down and give their dog a treat. Okay, so just want you guys to know that and understand that. Okay. Next video. Let's I think, okay, here. So now we're all waiting for parking. This gray car pulls up. Now there's parking there. It looked like he was going to pull into the parking space, but he didn't. So he reversed. Okay. And again, they do this to draw your attention. Remember the last video I did where the police car did the same thing, where it stopped up here and then it reversed and then it went back, and then they waited until I got parking and I was about to exit the car, then they got out and leave. Okay, so they was parking there, okay, because I saw that parking space, but I ended up taking this one instead. And he acted like he was going to take the parking space, but that wasn't the case. He literally wanted to reverse back again. You know, subliminal message. The only thing I can think about is just the color of the lights, you know, the red and the white. That's it. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so here this guy pulls up, right, and you'll see he'll do this. There you go. See that? Like he's scratching his head, but it's not. It's again, it's trying to mask the hand signal, mask the targeting, right? And I started doing the same thing to him. Let's get to the next video because he's going to continue. There he goes again. Okay, so does this, right? Here's the ticket agent. Now he starts doing hand signals. Okay? You hear the sirens? Every time I prove a point, you hear the sirens, okay? So okay, shoot, okay, let's get to the other video. Yes. All right. So Friday morning, taking the kids to work. As I pull out of the parking space, you're gonna see a perp. He lives on the block, okay, but he's a perp. So he comes out as I'm driving by, so I can see him. And remember, everything is color coded. So he's wearing a blue hoodie, right? It's all color coded. Let me actually that wasn't Friday morning. That was Friday afternoon. We were going grocery shopping. So we were on our way to meet the kids' mothers. All right, I'm gonna skip past this and let We're gonna go later on after we came back from doing the groceries, took the groceries upstairs, and I have groceries to take to my house, so we were on our way to my house. Turn onto Linden Boulevard, heading to Nostrand. The flashing lights, it's a fire truck. Okay? Now this is a good example of how they do it in a consecutive way, meaning that one after the next. So first you'll see the fire truck. Okay, let me speed it up. Okay, so fire truck. Ambulance. Police. Now, the interesting thing is that when they realized, and this is my feeling because of what happened next, all of a sudden, my phone went dead. Okay? Now, I had my phone on the charger, and I was hoping, I said, I hope that the video that I just captured was saved. Okay? I wish it was, because this is the video. It was at this point that my phone went dead, and it would not charge. Got home, on my way home, numerous police vehicle along the way. Got on my block, waiting for parking, ambulance, fire trucks, and I couldn't record it because my phone would not charge. The battery would not charge, and I have a car charger, right? A high-speed car charger in the car, and it would not charge. My phone would not charge. It was only when I went inside and plugged in my phone. Okay, baby. Okay, but Daddy's doing the video, okay? So only when I got inside and I plugged in my phone started charging again. Okay? They did not want me to have on video what they were doing. Okay? And when they realized that at this point that I'm recording and there's a pattern that's developing, they killed my phone. And I was unable to, charge my phone for the rest of the way. And my phone was on the charger. Okay? All right. This video, let's see. I think we were on our way to dinner. No, actually, we were on our way to dinner, and this was Saturday afternoon. Okay, we were on our way to dinner to go pick up the kid's mom, and as I'm driving down Albany, again, car double park. Guy comes out. The number in the license plate, 32. There you go. There you go. Ambulance again. Right, parked up in front of the church. Remember I talk about the church being involved in targeting. The police used the church and its members to engage in these type of psychological programs. And the reason why the police using the churches, because churches are notorious for using brainwashing on their members, for using mind control on their members. Can you Go, I said when I'm finished. Okay, y'all can come back. When I'm finished, you guys can come back. Now go, please. Ethan, just leave it, please. Okay? Thank you. You're messing up my video, man. That's okay. It's not your guys' fault. It's not your guys' fault. You know, we're being microwave, so they just want to cause interference. So anyway, again, you know, with the ambulance, and you'll see when we got to our destination, there was an ambulance parked up right in the parking lot. Okay. All right. Next video. Okay, I'm just skipping past some of this because I looked at this already, but I just don't want to miss any part. So here, let me go back. See that? Another ambulance. This is another ambulance, okay? But it's not on her block. It's on the next block. Right as you cross the light, there was an ambulance parked up there. The light's blinking. Okay? Now, there's going to be a pattern now. It's going to be a pattern, okay? Okay. Now, so we're looking for parking. We're on Nostrand Avenue. We're going to BBQ's. I want to go to Applebee, okay, because that's what I was saying. And then all of a sudden, she was like, "Let's go to BBQ's," right? So if we had went to Applebee's, because that was my intention of going. So because again, monitoring my computer, monitoring my phone, my tablets, you know, I was looking for the closest Applebee, right? I knew there was an Applebee here, so it's like we'll go here. And then, you know, as I called, I was like, we go to Applebee's. She's like, no, let's go BBQ's. So had I gone to Applebee's, I probably would have parked into the parking lot, and of course, you know, police and ambulance parked up outside there. Okay. All right, let's so you're starting to see the pattern with the fire trucks. I mean, not the fire trucks, with the ambulances on this particular night. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, after we had dinner, got back to the car. Police car drive by. Soon as we got in the car, because I saw them when they was driving by, and I started the recording, and they made a U-turn. Okay, because they were going in the direction that I'm facing right now. But as soon as we got in the car, they made a U-turn. The police car made a U-turn and drove back in the opposite direction. Let me show it again. Okay. Now I didn't catch them making the U-turn because I was getting in the car and they had already made the U-turn. But here they go driving by. Okay, here we go. Now, they go a red vehicle again. As soon as I turned onto that block, that red vehicle was right there. Actually, you know what? Let me go back. So, trying to get back onto Flatbush. Let me okay, so the light's gonna turn green. It's gonna be a red vehicle. right here. You'll make a U-turn. Okay? Okay. Let me skip past a lot of this. Now we're approaching the block that the kid's mom lived on, because she came with us. It was me and the kids and her, and we were dropping her to a guy with a red jacket walking across. The theme red. Turn onto her block. Guess what? Wait, guess what? There it is. Police vehicle. Okay? So now we're on our way home, and my daughter is like, "Daddy, I gotta pee. I gotta pee." So I had to go to my cousin, who's a doctor, and he was, along the way, the route I take to go home, and so I had to. She's like, "I gotta pee. I gotta pee. I gotta pee." So I was like, "Okay, we'll stop by the doctor because he should be open. He's there on Saturday night," and so I had to come up here. Ambulance. Granted, this is a hospital, police car, but again, influencing my daughter. I did do this to all my kids when they were younger. Okay, if, like, for example, my eldest. Let me pause the video. My eldest, when I would drop him home, or I would pick him up when we were on the way back to my house, he would be like, "Dad, I gotta pee," and I would stop by a McDonald's along the way, and park the car. We walk into the McDonald's, and the perps were already there, waiting to target me. Go to the bathroom. He's like, "I don't gotta pee." So exit out the McDonald's, go back in the car, head home. Okay? They did it with my middle son. And he was younger. Dad, I gotta pee. Stop at McDonald's again. Perps was there. Got to the McDonald's. I don't gotta pee. Now my daughter, they're using the technology to influence her or make her feel like she has to pee. All right, so this technology, they can do certain things with your body function, okay, to make you believe that you're gonna pee or you got, whatever, okay. But we get to the doctor. My grandnephew took her into the doctor, and he came back out and he was like, "She don't gotta pee." Okay. So, my experience in this program and the technology that they use, being in this program for, 15 years now. Okay. Okay. Nope, wrong video. Wrong video. I hit the wrong video. Oh, it must have been. Okay, let's see. Let's go back. Okay, this is a photo. It's not a video. Sorry. Here we go. Now I had turned the camera on, but there were multiple police vehicles driving by. Okay, so that was Saturday night. Now, this is this morning, Monday, February 5th. Taking the kids to school. Oh, something happened. I'm not. Okay, let me close that. And let's open it up again. Okay, well, let's okay. So for some reason, the screen capture is not working, so I have to create a new one. Okay. Alright, so I just dropped my son off, and I am dropping my daughter. And I'm just, skipping through a lot of it because when I'm driving, I try not to concentrate on the perps so much, because I need to pay attention to the road. So I usually go back, watch the video, because the patterns you can see it in the video. So when I watch it, I can decipher the patterns, what it is that they're doing, and show it. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Let's go here. So. Let's wait for the light. Okay. So this vehicle, the number on the vehicle, not the license plate, and you can't see it. At least let me try see if I can get it. The vehicle has a number on it, and the number, there's a number 32 in that number. Okay, so you might not be able to see it. Maybe if you enlarge this video, you might be able to see it from what I remember. But I believe that school bus had the number in it. But anyway, so as I turn the car that I pull up behind, you'll see. Let's get it to focus. But the number 32 is in the license plate. There we go. Number 3273. And So I'm on my way home because I had to go back and get my son's glasses. I forgot to take it with us Sunday afternoon while we were on our way to his mom's house. And, you know, this vehicle with the number 32, you know, I was like, this vehicle's probably gonna take the same route I'm taking, you know, which it did, but because I'm videotaping and they know that, he changed into the other lane, slowed down, so I'll pass him. That way, again, it wouldn't show a pattern, right? So this is Monday now. This is today I'm talking about here, all right? And the perps, they like to stand in the corner where they target you. So here's a perp right here. You're just standing there, you know, and that's what they do because they know where I'm going. So they'll have the perp standing in the corner. Okay. Now, heading towards my block, parked, and immediately when I park, you'll see a police car drive by. Now watch this guy. When the police car drives by, you'll see him start playing with his headphones now. Okay, he's doing hand signals. Okay, so you're gonna have to zoom up the video or make it full screen so you can see. So he's doing hand signals. So let's go back again. Okay, let's go back and let's go back again. Pull into the parking space. He's coming. His hands are in his pocket. One hand in his pocket. The other one, I don't know if he's covering his mouth with it or not, because I remember, but police car walks by. Yeah, actually, he probably was covering his mouth. He probably was covering his mouth. This is what was happening. He probably was covering his mouth. Again, subliminal message by the police using civilian, right, in the third person to convey that message, right? They're not going to do that to me directly. No police officer is going to come up to me and do that, especially while I'm videotaping, okay? So they will use civilian to do it as they drive by or they walk by. So I believe his hand's over his mouth. He takes his hands out of his mouth, over his mouth. Now he starts playing with the headphones. Alright? He's doing hand signals, he's touching the headphones, doing all this weird stuff with his hands. And as you walk by, you see, he try to make it look like he's untangling the headphones, but he's not. He's not. Okay. Okay, that's too far ahead. All right, I'm just trying to get to the right video again. All right, so we watched that. Okay, we watched that. All right. A little confusion there. Alright, so the video that I played before where you see the guy walking, he stopped playing with his headphones. So I had to go get my son's glasses. I got that, and then I went to my therapy for my back. Now, as I turn onto East 28th Street to try and find parking, there was a car that was double parked there, right? Now, I got there around a little after 10. Parking resumed after 9:30, because on this side of the street that I'm parked at is from 8 o'clock to 9:30, right? So this guy was sitting in this car, double parked. Now, he could have taken this parking space, or he could have taken the parking space over here. That's not the purpose. The purpose is so that when I turn, I will see him there and the license plate with the number 32 in it. Now watch this. It's okay. Okay. So walking towards him, and you guys can view this full screen, and it will be in 1080p. Okay, high definition, full high def, 1080p. So now I want you to watch the vehicle that's approaching right here. Not the car that's double parked, but the vehicle that's approaching right there. There's a woman in there, an older woman. Now, as she walks by, okay? Remember when I tell you how they fold their mouth, fold their lips? Right? This is exactly what she's doing, as you can see here. Okay? It's like, you know, subliminal message, be quiet. Okay? And again, the use of color, vehicles, you know, this is, she's driving in a gray Nissan Maxima. And so the gentleman sitting in the car, again, and he is doing the same thing too. And again, see that number? Number 32. Now, like I said, where he's parked at, it's a hydrant. They were parked right next to the hydrant, okay? He's been there before I came on the block. He could have taken that parking space or the one right across the street where you can clearly see. But no, this is all planned. I was supposed to park there or the other parking space. As I'm walking, crossing the street, this is supposed to happen. This is all planned, coordinated, okay? And that's how they send you a subliminal message. Ethan, did you not hear what I said? I know, but Ethan, listen to me. I know you feel the urge to come and be here while I'm doing a video because you want to look for things, because that's what your mind is telling you, okay? Just stop, all right? If you feel the urge to come back in here, just say, my daddy's doing the video, let me not come back in here, okay? All right, thank you. Okay. So, and there goes the car honking again. So I'm glad I'm capturing this in real time, okay, as I'm doing the video. Because, you see, I recognize when we're being microwaved, because the behavior changes, you know. Normally if they hear I'm doing a video, they will be quiet, they will go in the kitchen, watch their tablet, but because of the information that I'm putting out in this video, they don't want me to put out, they're gonna cause a whole bunch of interference. And this is what's happening. Okay, so I went to therapy, but there's a lot of people there, and I was like, you know what? Let me go get something to drink because I had bought breakfast. Went to Dunkin' Donuts. Okay. When I got to because there's a gas station by where the physical therapy is. As I got to the gas station, there was a Jeep parked up in front of the Dunkin' Donuts with the number 32 in the license plate. But at that point, I just started laughing because, you know, at this point it becomes kind of comical. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, as I was approaching towards the vehicle, the SUV with the number 32 license plate, an older man came out and he had a brown purse in his hand. And I was like, that was kind of strange. But then his female counterpart came out and they both got in the Jeep and they left. And so I ordered my breakfast, and there was a Caucasian guy standing aside. No, when I got my drink, there was a black guy, and they were standing right next to each other. They wasn't saying nothing to each other, anything like that. So as I opened the door and I exit out the Dunkin' Donut, the Caucasian guy walks off, and then the black guy said to him, "Don't you talk to me like that. I will whip your ass." And the Caucasian guy kept walking. He didn't turn around, nothing like that. And I just shake my head. So anyway, got back to the car, eating my breakfast, and the car that was parked in front of me had pulled out, and a yellow SUV pulled into the parking space. Now, I should have recorded that, but I was eating my breakfast and I had my phone in my pocket, okay, because I forgot to take it out. So there was a yellow SUV that pulled into the parking space and then drove off, okay? So it didn't stay in the parking space. You just pull into the parking space and it just drove off. And I was like, wow, okay. So at that point, I was like, you know what? Took my phone out, put it in the phone mount, and I called my brother and I was telling him, I was like, this is really, really weird. And on top of that too, there's some weird stuff happened last night, because it was just Sunday night. So when I brought the kids to the mom house, and we got upstairs, I sat down, I was watching some videos on YouTube, and then she comes in and offered me alcohol. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's been a while since I had a drink, years actually since I had a drink. So I'm like, all right, fine. So, had a drink. It was a light drink, it was Bailey's, and she started like walking back and forth, doing hand signals and stuff like that. And so I started doing hand signals back to her, and you could tell it was getting intense, right? And she starts like rambling, not making sense, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not making any sense at all. So she's like, you know what, I'm just tired, I haven't eaten, I'm gonna go in my room. I'm like, all right, fine, do what you gotta do. But she never went into her room. She came back in the living room, started talking to me again, and I was like, okay, whatever, right? So after I put the kids to bed, went to the bedroom to go to sleep. And we had another glass of the Baileys, and I knew that she wanted to be intimate, because it's weird, because when they microwave her, or they condition her, she'll not be interested in intimacy at all, not at all, not one bit. Okay, but for some reason, I guess they wanted me to have sex last night, and and this is whatever. This is their plan. Hence, that's why she gave me the alcohol. Okay, and so anyway, as we were making out, she was like, "Oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet." I was like, "Okay, fine." The minute I said, "Okay, fine," it was a honk. You see, part of the thing that they do is that if they know you want something, they will try their darndest to not make you get what it is that you want. Okay? The minute you say you don't want something, then it's like, oh, okay, you can get it. You can get it. I mean, it's the psychological tricks, the confusion that they try to do to your mind. Is unbelievable. So anyway, like I said, the minute I said, okay, fine, never mind, then there was a car beep, a honk. And immediately after that car honk, she was like, okay, I'm ready. And I was like, huh? So anyway, we were, being intimate. And then my brother called me, okay? And she looked at my phone. She was like, it's your brother. She picked up the phone. She answered it without saying anything. She just, hit the talk screen. And she says to me, and this is, pretty vulgar. She said to me, tell them that we're fucking. And I was like, huh? You know, I was like, what? I mean, of course I didn't say that. But right then, I know that all three of us were being microwaved. And this is something that they used to do a lot early on in my targeting by manipulating my brother and I so that we're always calling each other, telling each other about what just happened, because they were doing this. They were manipulating us, you know, for whatever reason. Okay? So that was last night. So anyway, back to this video. So after the SUV left, this guy pulls into the parking space in this gray Ford. And I was talking to my brother. We were on the phone for like 10-15 minutes. And he just stayed in the car. He stayed in the car. So I said to my brother, I said, listen, I'm going to go back. Because I told him, I said, you know, this guy been parked in front of me for the past 10-15 minutes. And he hasn't even gotten out of his car yet. Okay? So I was like, watch when I get off the phone with you that he is going to leave because I'm ready to go back to physical therapy. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
I was on the phone talking, and this car in front of me, this person been parked there. They've been sitting there for like 10 minutes, and they see you talking. So now that I'm finished and I started to record, now he gets out of the car because I'm getting ready to leave, right? So I was telling my brother, I said, you know, watch when I get off the phone with you and I'm getting ready to leave, he's going to come out of his car. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Right? So I'm getting ready to leave, and now he comes out. Now he's been sitting there, he's been parked there for the past 10 minutes as I was on the phone talking. And the minute that he sees that I hanged up and opened the car door, he gets out. And, you know.
No, I just made that sniffer because as he walked by me, that's what he did.
That's what they do. You know? That is what they do.
Okay? So, now, went to therapy, came back out. Okay? Got back in the car.
So
and
just
I didn't start recording
therapy.
until I turned the corner, then I start recording. Now,
I got him.
prior to me turning the corner, as I pull out of the parking space, normally I'll wait to warm up the car. But for whatever reason, I just drove off right away. And the minute I drove up, I heard sirens behind me. Looked in my rearview mirror, I saw a van. This was a plainclothes police officer pulled over. And I was like, wow, okay. So at that point, you know what? I'm recording now. So, which I should have done when I pulled off, but you know, I wasn't thinking because I felt so good, you know, because my back was hurting me earlier. Went to therapy, my back felt a hell of a lot better. So I was like, okay, turn the corner. First vehicle again that I pulled up behind, and this was a truck carrying a tractor, and the license plate of the tractor has the number 32. See that?
It was a van, plain van.
And I was just explaining what happened
You know, I guess
prior.
it was, probably,
So,
that made and this
let me go back before the light changed. There we go. So the light changed,
the license plate on the
and when I looked to my left, there was another car there with the number 32 in there. So I decided to turn.
You can't get away from that number.
Okay. Oh, it shouldn't. Is it?
Again,
Okay, not that block.
because you know, and the strangest thing too is I got in the car because it's cold, and I usually wait for a few minutes to warm up the car, but for some reason I just kind of like drove.
Okay, all right. It was actually this block right here.
they
So
want
as
to
I
do.
pull up to this
You know?
intersection and I look to my left, I saw another vehicle with the number 32 in the license plate. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is a pattern now, right? But they're being slick about it, right? So instead of they usually pulling in front of me, they decided that we're going to just be on the other side where because the camera is facing this way, they're facing this way. This is the car's coming up this way, so I couldn't catch it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna pull up behind it. Okay, so do I change it here? Let me go back. Okay, do I change?
Had this purposely being done? I'm gonna turn the phone.
And yeah, I turned
Because you see this car.
the phone,
I'm gonna
and this is the
turn
car right here.
See if you can pick
Right,
up
this car right here.
But the
Number
license
32 in the
plate
license
number on
plate.
the car is 3254.
So
As soon as I
I'm turning.
made the turn. Let me. Just to prove and show you guys. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but that.
So anyway, the camera didn't pick it up, but check out what happened. So there he is. There he is, and he is booking it. He is going because he sees me coming up behind him. Okay, and he doesn't want to be on video. So he is going. Look at him. Look at him. That's what I do. I chase the perps down. I chase them down. Okay.
He knows I'm coming up behind him. Look,
He's.
he don't want to be caught on video. He
Telling
knows I'm coming. I mean, he is flying.
So when they do stuff like that, okay, they know that they're caught. They're caught, and they don't want to be seen or known to be in this program or participating in doing this to people, right? To TIs.
Wow.
Okay. I'm trying to see what else was going on. Okay. So
just
okay, let me. All right. So if you look at the video's entirety, I try to explain in the best way I can. And again, this happened over a few days, from Wednesday, last week Wednesday, to today, Monday, the 5th, right? I'm trying to show the pattern of how I'm being targeted and harassed. This is covert harassment, covert psychological harassment, because it's part of a coercive persuasion program, okay? And again, this is all just to cover up the non-consensual experimentation, the use of directed energy weapons, microwave technology to control people's mind, okay? Plus the fact that I have been illegally microchipped for the purpose of remote neural monitoring, okay? So this psychological warfare that's going on here, okay, is an excuse so that people can say, you know what, okay, I'm participating in it, nothing's going to happen to me, because you know what, it's psychological, okay? We can damage this person's psychological state, we can poison his food, we can threaten him, we can bully him, bully his kids, okay, because they want me to shut up, and I refuse to shut up. And they're gonna call honking. As soon as I say shut up, because they're listening. Okay? That's not gonna happen. You know? So you could do this to me for the rest of my life. That's fine. But I'm gonna do this to you for the rest of your life. You perps. I'm gonna be recording you. Exposing you. Okay? Just remember that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my video. I hope I'm able to explain and show, you know, to the best of my ability what's been done to me.